I'm Michelle Johnson. We're currently based in Bradford. This is where we're located right now. And this is where it all began for Hope Park Workspaces. This was the first building where we started the business. So Hope Park was set up by Transforming Lives for Good and Tim Morphin and the team. And the aim was to generate some revenue from running commercial offices so that they didn't have to go out and fundraise as much. They still do, obviously, but this is raising funds for ourselves. And so they had been doing that, and we've got some fabulous clients in, and they expanded on that and built this second part of the building where we're sat in now. But then realised they needed somebody to help them run the buildings, as that wasn't their expertise, because they're good at helping families and children and with everything that they do at Transforming Lives for Good. So that's where I came into the business sort of 7 years ago. I'm really big on innovation. And so when I came into the business, it was all separate spreadsheets, very fragmented. It wasn't efficient. It didn't sort of flow correctly. If you missed one spreadsheet, this data was missed on the other one. And so that led me to look at different solutions. We're probably using about, I'd say about 5, 6, even 8 systems, and none of it spoke to each other apart from SharePoint. But again, that was clunky and it wasn't really tailored to the commercial real estate business. It's a general thing, isn't it? I'm not knocking it because it's amazing as well. But we just wanted something that was really tailor-made for the industry that we're in, and that we could see expanding with us with ease, because nobody wants, 50 steps. They want A to B as quickly as possible. We like to work in an agile manner. And we find that with Yardi and Kube, it's great. And then I came across Yardi, and everything that they provided was a real sort of help to us. And obviously with you working in the industry that we're in, and other industries obviously, I just was interested in what other people use. So I started asking questions at round tables with the Flexible Workspace Association, and a couple of them mentioned that they were using the Yardi system and they were happy with it. So what immediately interested me was the instant communication. So it's like a 360 system, so you can actually do everything to run your commercial property in them. And also it's user-friendly for our tenants to be able to report in issues. They can take photographs from the app. It's really clever. It talks to the team on front of house no matter what building you're in. So we're only small, but there's businesses out there that use your system that have like 30, 40, 50 buildings. So we're only smaller, 3, soon to be 4, but I know that I can pull that system into the next building very easily. There's no messing around, it's all there. And, it's helpful to see immediately if you can book a meeting room. And that's what we didn't have before, and I was looking for it. There are many systems and solutions out there, but I just found that this one had everything I needed, with the ticketing system for the maintenance side, for the meeting room bookings that people externally can use as well. And yeah, it's been really helpful pulling that into one place. Yeah, it was a very long implementation process because we wanted to get it right. We still are not running the finance function because it does take time to get the systems and people on board when they're using other systems. So it's a work in progress. But what I would say is the team at Yardi had been amazing with us. They've been very flexible. So if one of the team happened to be on holiday that day and we'd organised a session with your support team, they just pivot and flex with us, and they've just walked us through the whole situation, and they're still there if we need them, which you're not talking to a chatbot, you're talking to a real human being. I'm not knocking chatbots, they have the purpose, but to actually speak to a real person is really helpful, because sometimes what we do as a social enterprise and not-for-profit, it feels really, we think it's really important, and then your team treat it as such as well, and they work with us and they work for us. We felt really supported throughout the whole process, and no job was too small, and they were always looking for solutions to, even if you haven't or you weren't doing it as yet, you were willing to look at, oh, perhaps that's something we can do. And a solution-based approach is what I encountered with your implementation team. They were always willing to help and look for the solution that would help us. Paul and Craig have been amazing. No detail is too small. They're happy to attend to anything we ask. And we always have a bit of a laugh, which is good. You know, some of the questions and things we need can sound really big, but we're only like a smaller business, but they treat us the same as they would any business, which is lovely. We've just gone on to the new system on Kube, and that is amazing because it gives you the onboarding facility of new clients coming in. Before, again, that was a separate piece we were doing, an online check sheet that we were using in SharePoint. But now we're doing everything via Yardi, and it's a one-stop shop for being able to see where we're at that particular day and who's in what meeting room and are there any maintenance issues. And me as the managing director, I can check in and see how long it's taking my team to attend to clients' maintenance requests, because I really want them done really quickly within the day if we can, but obviously it'll take longer. But that's my heart, to make sure that everything's running smoothly and I can literally click in from anywhere in the world that I happen to be, even if I'm on holiday, and just see where we are, what situation is. I know already that it's cut down the workload in terms of time for the team. And also what was happening is tenants were having to come down to the front of house, say, can I book a meeting room? Is the meeting room available? Then we'd have to go into the system that we were using that was built sort of 10 years ago and check if the meeting room was available. It was just so clunky and slow, and the tenants didn't have access to that. So now I know that it saved my tenants time from coming to front of house. They can have it they've got it on the phone, and the booking to up to a year in advance, some of these tenants, because they've got a lot of requirements for training. They could never do that before. I love the dashboards that tell me instantly, you know, how many clients are waiting to have a job fixed, how many clients are going to be renewing with us, and seeing the sales leads as well, watching the pipeline and seeing where my head of sales is with, you know, getting back to clients, etc. And I think, to be honest, the ultimate favourite would have to be the meeting room booking system. Well, I'd have to say two favourites: the meeting room booking system and the maintenance reporting element, because it's really important that when there's an issue, we sort it really quickly. Yeah, I think the finance piece, because once that's all implemented and integrated, it's like the invoices go out automatically. I don't have to faff around with another system, and then immediately I can get real-time reporting on the financials. And I know I've spoken to people. I was at the Yardi table on the dinner with Flexible Space Association, and meeting people who were using the whole system. They were telling me how good it was and how they could have immediate financials, whereas you just run sort of different reports, and it's set up so that you can bespoke your report to what you require. So if it isn't there are many templates and many template reports, but if it isn't there, the team will help you set up the actual report that you need so that you get the information that your business needs, rather than just the one size fits all. It's not like that. Well, we just want to do more of what we're doing. We want to get more buildings. We want to partner with building owners and then run the buildings so that we can do a greater good with that money, rather than going into private individuals. This is going out for lasting legacy. So we're passionate about running businesses to optimum levels, and we know Yardi can do that with us and the software that we're going to use. We know implementation will be smooth. Business owners will be able to see their financials because they'll have a login as well. And so, you know, that's the future for me, is looking at bringing everything into there so that we can really report better and then ultimately make more profit, so that can go into transforming lives for good to help those kids, because we provide holiday hunger clubs. We feed children in the summer holidays and help families who are struggling, and also mental health provision for primary school children with coaching. So the bigger we are and the more buildings we have, the more families and lives that can be changed. And so far already we've helped 5,000 children in the last year alone, and delivered six-figure meals to children that wouldn't have got one. And so that's my heartbeat, to use a company that lines up with what we do and is willing to talk to us and is helpful to us to achieve that mission and goal. And like in our buildings, 2 of our buildings, we have a social enterprise who help local children with it's the Sugar Snap Kitchen, and they have a kids club in Allerton, and they help kids as well. So it aligns with our values, and that's where we want to go with it, and just expand that provision across the UK would be the ultimate goal for me. And I know that with the systems we've got in place now, we'll be able to achieve that.